One of the position battles everybody's looking out for heading into training camp is the position of left tackle, a battle between Braxton Jones, Audrey Trapillo, and Kieran Amagaje. But according to Bleacher Report, we could now know the asking price that the Chicago Bears could have for Braxton Jones if they make him available. Me and C-Dub going to talk about all that, plus the mailbag and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We got C-Dub, myself, Hayes, in the building. Bobby's out on podcast PTO. He had a meeting at the North Pole for the mid-year meeting for the Elves, bro. But nonetheless, with that said, Bobby taking care of some family business, man. But we're going to get into the mailbag. We're going to start off with this, though. According to Bleacher Report, that the Chicago Bears could be already preparing for life without Braxton Jones. Saying this, the Chicago Bears are already preparing for life without Braxton Jones. They drafted the Boston left tackle Ozzie Trapillo with the second-round pick in this year's draft, despite already having Jones and Darnell Wright on the roster. Jones now entering the final year of his rookie deal, coming off a fractured fibula that he suffered in December. The Bears now can complete their offensive line overhaul by flipping Jones and getting something in return for him. C-Dub, in this article, they say that you could potentially get a 2026 fourth round and seventh round pick for Braxton Jones. The question I want to ask for you for this is, to C-Dub, is what do you think we would need to see from Ozzie Trapillo, Kieran Amagaje, to where the Bears will go ahead and flip Braxton Jones for picks? Or do you even think they should be looking to flip Braxton Jones for picks, or just let it play out the way it's going to over the season?
Doesn't it seem like it's time? It's time for the Chicago Bears, and it's also time for Braxton Jones to part ways. And I think it's the perfect time to go and get as much as you could for this young kid. I'm not going to say he's been totally trash while he's been here with the Chicago Bears, but he left room for improvement. And I think Ozzie and I think the Chicago Bears think that Ozzie can be as good as Braxton Jones has been with the Chicago Bears and maybe a little bit better. So you might as well move along with Braxton Jones being in his final year of his contract. He's going to be wanting a new contract, and left tackles are expensive. And if you're not entirely sure about Braxton Jones, ain't no better time than the present to get what you can get for this young kid and let him go be successful somewhere else, because I do think that he could be successful. It's just this might not be the place for Braxton Jones, bro.
And that's really where you're entering, right? That's the conversations you need to have, regardless of whatever happens on the field. Like I said it before, I don't think Braxton Jones gets a contract extension here anyway, unless he puts forth almost an all-pro season. I just don't see it happening. The money that it's going to take, the inconsistency, it would be 1 year of him playing at that level, even though he's not been nearly as bad as some people have made him out to be. Not nearly as bad. But if you see Ozzie Trapillo, Kieran Amagaje as either one of those players being your future left tackle, I understand wanting to keep Braxton here because of what he's shown already, but I think by the trade deadline, you have to look to flip him if you know you're not going to re-sign him. Otherwise, you let him walk away for free and you could get something back, right? Like, I think that's the thing. It's not necessarily to knock Braxton or anything like that. Like, the business aspect of it, even if you just want to focus on that, if you're not going to pay the man, flip him, give him an opportunity to go to a team that's going to pay him, and you move forward with your rookie Ozzie Trapillo, your second year man, Kieran Amagaje, with maybe a ability to add more in the offseason next year as well. And, a fourth and a seventh round pick sounds like decent value for Braxton to me.
Absolutely. I think that's definitely decent value for a guy like Braxton Jones. With a lot of, I think he got a little bit of an upside. I think learning to deal with a bull rush and focusing, because he sometimes get those penalties at the wrong time on the field. I think those are some things that can be fixed. I just think that we're not in that position to help this guy fix that. get what you can get, man. The fourth and the seventh, man, you can't sneeze at that, man. We'll see what our seventh round pick can do for us this year, but you never know, man. So let's just both part ways and just be successful in different directions, bro.
Yeah, and sometimes that's just what it is in sports, bro. Sometimes it just isn't meant to work out with where you are, and you got to move forward and do something different. Um, Yeah, and we'll see. And they even say in this article that do not be surprised if Braxton Jones' fate is decided in early August. And I think that actually makes a lot of sense. That's after a couple of preseason games, right? But before the start of the regular season. And that doesn't mean that they necessarily are going to pull the trigger on the trade there, but that could be where they decide, all right, I mean, at that point, you'd have preseason games, you'd have all the training camp, you have mini camps, OTAs, everything that you need to make a full evaluation. Now, Braxton is coming back from injury, but as we've known, you can lose your job while you're injured. So if they feel confident in Aji Trapillo and others over that time, I mean, that's where to make the decision. Now, and I will say this, on the flip side of that, it does seem like through Dan Rashard, what he said, through Ben Johnson, what he said, Braxton Jones is still going to have an opportunity to win this, to have the starting position. They've said nothing to make it seem like it's all but done as far as him potentially still being the starting left tackle. But I think with it being an open battle, if he loses that, then the writing's on the wall. Period.
Yeah, I like that little that date of mid-August there or in August there. If you do think you want to give him a chance, and all information points to that, like Drip just said, that he's going to get an opportunity. Um, about that time in mid-August, you should have enough data to see if this guy Braxton Jones has improved, and if he hasn't improved, I think you go ahead and you just part ways, bro. You just get better for himself and get better for us, bro. It's not you, Braxton Jones. It's us.
Well, no, it's a little bit of him.
It's a little bit.
It's a little bit of him. We're not gonna act like it's not a little bit of Braxton. No, it's a little bit of that bull rush looking shaky after 4 years. No, it's a little bit of you, my boy. So.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be player about it. When you know you the man about it, you gotta like, baby, it's not you, it's me, baby, it's me. It's not you.
Oh, so you're trying to gaslight him off the Bears? Is that what the proof that he said? Yeah, he admitted it.
Get it out. That's the most important position on the offensive line, man. If you're not sure about that,
that's hilarious, bro. That's funny as hell, bro.
Just think, Drip. You can't have questions. I don't think you should have questions with the left tackle. Like it's kind of like the quarterback. You can't have questions with the quarterback. You can't have questions with the left tackle.
Yeah, I mean, true. You do want to have that shored up if you can, and I think that. You know, if you can go in there, and you don't want questions really anywhere. But like you said, especially with the left tackle, if you can get your left tackle together and you know for a fact that's going to be your left tackle, then yeah, man, you get that shit done.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Anyway. But with that said, it is Mailbag Day. We got 4 voicemails we're going to get into today. This first one is from, you know what? Starting off your Saturday morning with a little Marifa Assad is never a bad thing. Let's go ahead and play this voicemail.
Marifa.
Bobby, B-Dub, hey, them cognac boys. What's happening, fellas? It's your man, Marifa Assad, black yet again, man. Listen, hey, man, I want to talk about this look like Tarzan, play like Jane, motherfucker, Tremaine Edmunds, okay? Like Aaron the plumber say, he not qualified in a real way to play middle linebacker for the Chicago Bears. Okay? This dude, man, I don't know, man. I just think that he's soft. I'm just going to say it, man. I don't think he qualified. He ain't got that it factor like Roschon Smith had. Okay? He ain't got it like TJ Elwes got it. Okay? Now, if you look at the numbers, man, this dude making $17 million a year. He the 4th highest paid player on the roster. And he ain't only averaging 110 tackles a year. And 50 of those is a 60. Ain't no goddamn way that he should be the middle linebacker for the Chicago Bears. Now, you look at Roschon Smith numbers, you look at TJ Elwes numbers, they average 150, okay? 150. Now, we all know what a middle linebacker looks like in Chicago. And Tremaine Edmunds ain't it. He ain't no Urlacher. He ain't no Mike Singletary, Otis Wilson. He ain't no Lance Briggs. He ain't got that thump that stopped the run like that. That's why we had problems last year stopping the run. Because the middle linebacker is soft. That ain't no wonder Dennis Allen came in here and moved him around to see if he could play in another position. Because that's where he's supposed to go, over to the weak side. Put T.J. Edwards in the middle, and you're going to solve the problem, okay? The run is going to get shut down with T.J. Edwards in the middle. Now, I'm going to say this, man. I'm going to get up out of here, man, because I got place to go. I got people to see. But you know what I'm going to say before I leave? Chicago up. NFL, baby. FCB. Let's go.
Reef is a national treasure, bro. I don't know what else to say, bro. Like,
yes, bro.
But not TJ, it was Tremaine Edmunds. Here's the thing. I think we all recognize that Tremaine Edmunds should have stayed on the weak side. Jack Sanborn should have been the middle linebacker. I'm not even saying that TJ Edwards should be the middle linebacker. I think he's good where he is. But I think Tremaine has always been better on the outside personally. And I do feel like he himself has to have a really big season if he's gonna want to stay here in Chicago because I can see us making that move. What about you, C-Dub?
I'm gonna look at it a little different. Like the problem is that we've been spoiled with supreme, like great linebackers, Mike Singletary, Brian Urlacher, Dick Buckus. I think we looking at it kind of differently. I think we should be given the like TJ Edwards is like the Mike Singletary, Dick Buckus. He's that. And the complimentary is Tremaine Edmunds. Of course, he's not played up to par. He's just a complimentary player to TJ Edwards. Everybody needs to look at him as the guy that makes everything happen. Don't look at him because he's the middle linebacker that he's supposed to be that guy. TJ Edwards is that guy in that second level of the linebacker position to me. And I do think that he didn't perform up to task last year. He does got some makeups and to do. But I'm not done with Tremaine Edmunds. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, Tremaine, I think this year, with the way that we're going to blitz, with the better production on the front four, even having Kyler Long line up as basically the strong side linebacker so he can blitz and things like that, having multiple D-backs, I think we're going to be able to play Tremaine to his strengths. And I think this is going to be an important season to see Tremaine and what he does. Like, let's be clear. He's a guy that averages 105 tackles a year.
Yeah.
Like he's not terrible. And, I can't get with calling him soft either. Like, I don't get with that. I have problems with Tremaine, but I don't think him being soft is one of them. I think his decision-making sometimes on the run game can leave a lot to be desired, but hopefully with our run blitzing and things like that, that can get better overall because I do think Tremaine can be productive. The question is, though, is he going to be worth that money next year? And that's where I think you're probably going to get into him being a cap casualty, but we shall see. I mean, that's what the season's for. We'll see.
Yeah, I just need him to fix his Wi-Fi when it comes to blitzing. It look like he be lagging.
Where is your antennas?
When I called the blitz, motherfucker.
Where are your antennas? But all right, let's get into this next one, man. This one's for Fred.
What up, hey? What up, Cognac boys? What it do, man? This be your boy Fred, man. Shout out to Big Cat and Steve-O, man. Hey, man, if the Bears can pull off that trade getting Trey Hendrickson, this going to put the writing on the wall and let everybody know that we not just only competing for the North, just in the NFC as well. You know what I'm saying? But who knows, man? You know, we'll see what the Bears do, though, if that happened, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it had been talk in the past about the Bears trade for Trey Hendrickson back then. So, but, of course, we know, you know what I'm saying, he's going to want a bigger contract as well, though. But I want to see what these new rookies bring to the team this time, even though we didn't draft the players who I thought we was going to draft. But I'm just, you know, curious to see what these guys are going to look like because, like Bobby said, man, as I got to know, saying use this word, you know, we got to put this shit on wax, man. Ain't no more time for losing. Ain't no excuses or none of that. And, you know, it's funny when they see the Bears as an up-and-coming team now, ready to be like that team that we know they can be, and now they want to bring up something Caleb said, though. But I can't be mad at Caleb because he didn't want to come to the Bears. I mean, think about it. Who would want to come to the Bears if the Bears had no line, no weapons, no good coach, none of that? So you can't blame him for that. That's in the past. So now, he's our quarterback. So only thing we can do is just move forward and, see what the young man can do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at him for him saying that he didn't want to play for the Bears because the Bears didn't have nothing to offer him. So they need to know what I'm saying, like, stop with that BS, stop hating on the Bears because it look like to me like a bunch of hate. And fellas, my question is, why do we still got Dominique Robinson on this team? And I'd like to know, like, for what? Like, what's the point? I guess they're going to wait for Kent to cut him. Maybe they'll save them some money. And also, since they talking about that boy Shamar Turner, hey, that boy Pickens, he better get his shit together because this might be it for him. Because if that boy Turner's a dog like everyone's saying he is, our D-line may be a problem, and I won't be surprised if that boy Turner be starting on the opposite side of Dexter if they rotate Billings in with the other D tackles that we got as well, though. So let me know what you think, fellas, man. Y'all think the Bears gonna have a good season? You think some of these rookies might, pan out to be good? The ones we drafted in this class, and like I just want to know, man, what y'all thoughts and y'all opinions, man. Let me know what you think, man. Chicago up, bear down to nothing.
First of all, if Shamar Turner's starting over Grady Jarrett, we got some problems. Did he forget that Grady Jarrett's on the roster?
He forgot.
I'm just Fred be tripping, bro, because this man said, yeah, he could pass up Andrew Billings. What about Grady Jarrett? Because I don't think we paid him all that money to come off the bench.
He's not coming off the bench. That's a for sure. Let's just start with a couple things. Trey Hendrickson. I just want to set what that set for the Bears. What's their goals if they get a guy like that? It's going all the way if you get a guy like Trey Hendrickson. That's what it means. It means that you're trying to win the Super Bowl. Caleb Williams, what he said, all this drama, I don't give a fuck. It don't matter. He's with the Chicago Bears. I don't give a shit. He's here. I don't give a hell what he said. He's playing here. We got him for the next at least 2 more years. I don't give a damn. And D-Rob, I just think that Ryan Poles, I think this is one of his weaknesses. He just loves these players so much that he keeps them on longer than they should have been. And that's all it is. I think this is all it is. I don't think he makes it out of training camp. We'll see. I think it's better talent on this roster. But Ryan Poles loved this kid. And then when it comes to one of the rookies, I wanted to talk about the rookie that I thought that was going to be the most spectacular, was going to have the most impact. I think we got a nice rookies that's going to make some impact like Loveland and stuff like that. But I think Luther Burke, he's going to impact the whole damn league. This kid is Percy Harvin and reincarnated. I'm telling you right now. And he's pissed off because he got pushed down in the draft. Yes. Everybody pay attention to Luther Burton. He is a big-time player. I'm telling you.
Oh, Luther Burton's going to I agree. I think he's going to have a big season. I don't know what the stats are going to be just because there's so much, everything as far as there's so many weapons on this team for Caleb passing wise. You just don't know which way it's going to go. But, like, Luther's going to be he's going to take a lot of pressure off a lot of guys on this team. Having somebody like him coming off that slot, that's going to be a dangerous weapon, and can't wait to see it. But I think we've got a really good rookie cast. I'm off the Trey Hendrickson thing because I think now it's starting to be this thing where a lot of people are starting to look at it as like the savior of this thing. I think we're going to have a damn good defensive line regardless. Maybe I'm crazy in that. Like, I look at this, like, the thing I love about Dayo Odeyingbo, the combination of size, speed, and strength. And I don't know what the sack number is going to be, but I tell you what, that's not somebody that you can afford to double team Montez Sweat because just off the body alone, he's going to be putting some pressure. Then you got the dogs, Grady Jarrett and Javon Dexter in there too. Like in the interior, I think this defensive line, on top of more blitzing, Dennis Allen blitz about a 30-something% rate. Last year we were less than 10. We're going to triple our blitz rate this year. So that with the size and the combination, the balance that we have on that defensive line, and Kyler coming around that outside too in that slot and run blitzing and pass blitzing. This is going to be a team that I said it before. I don't know it's a phrase that's now starting to become a thing here. We putting dicks in the dirt, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. We putting dicks in the dirt. I'm telling y'all. Watch what I tell y'all. It's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers face down in the dirt wondering what the hell just happened. Bro.
Yeah, that was a great take to Drip. I rebuke anybody that think that Trey Hendrickson is coming to y'all hoping he can save us, like we need help. What the fuck? Like we ain't falling off a fucking building or a cliff or nothing. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all tweaking.
Yeah, Bears fans, man, they could, it is what it is. That's why I hate sometimes when these rumors pop up, because then people, and I'm not saying this about Fred, but then some people just focus on that and make it be like, that's the thing that we needed. If we don't get that, what are we doing? It's like, chill out, bro. Chill out. Yeah. Chill out a little bit. All right, let's get into this next one from Dewan.
Hey, Cognac Boys, Bobby, C-Dub, Steve-O, Kev, it's your boy Dewan from the low end. I was calling in because I was, just to everything y'all been talking about on a daily basis with the draft, with the free agency, who we drafted, what positions they go fill in, the OTA battles that you all talked about. I've been watching everything that's been going on, digesting everything, and just trying to, just wait until the preseason to see how they look together as a team. The first unit when they first come out, then get to rolling into the season. But I do got high hopes, even though our schedule is a monster. But I feel for some reason it's gonna be like one of them years where everybody was looking at our schedule. Oh, that's the second. They ain't gonna do nothing. And beating a lot of people outside of the division games. Who you think the Bears will upset when they supposed to lose? I say we're going to beat Baltimore because we're going to find a way to stop Lamar Jackson. I think that's going to be a game that a lot of people think we should lose, but we end up winning. I think the San Francisco game is a 50-50 chance because if we play in Chicago and it's cold up here, then we go win. We go to San Fran, which I think we probably do. It's more than likely it's going to be Purdy in them. But outside of that, I like what's going on with the young players infused with some of the older guys, to get the team up and rolling. The Trey Hendrickson trade talking, all that debate going on, it would be good to have him, but I do not want to pay a person that ain't go be here for more than 3 years. He up there in age, fatherhood catching up. But if we could get a year or two up out of him, that'd be good. If he can extend himself like Khalil Mack been doing, that'd be even better. But I don't think Ryan Poles is going to do it, even though Dennis Allen might need him. But I just want to keep the defense young with some veterans up in there. And I want the offense to get going. I want Rome Meduze to step up, do his thing, and go from there. But if it was up to you, if this was your team, you was the coach, you was Ben Johnson, who would you want as your starting running back and your backup?
Oh.
This is your boy, Dewan.
Motherfucker.
Chi-town up. There now.
You get over there, Doug?
He says that was a nasty question from Dewan. Shout out Dewan.
I mean, well, no, because I think that's like a tradition. Like it's not about just who's the starter. Like, because it's about sharing the backfield, right? Like, it's not anymore where it's like, because sometimes the number one on your depth chart doesn't play the most snaps. Yeah. So I'm not looking at it like who started. I'm looking at it who's going to play. And I think we're going to start off the season with Swift and Rojo. I think that they're going to have a nice balance there as a 1-2 punch. But I'll tell you what, the more and more I see this kid Kyle Manon guy, bro, I think it's going to be very hard to keep him out of that rotation.
Yeah, bro. Shout out Dewan, bro. I wasn't speaking at you. I was like, damn, that was a crazy question. You just hit me with that out of nowhere. But I'm gonna say DeAndre Swift. He probably gonna be the starter, getting paid the most money. He probably got the most skill, but my guy, bro, like, I don't know, Roschon. I love Rojo, bro. But that kid.
You ain't hear what Ben Johnson said about Rojo
this week?
Drip? Oh, he says that Rojo is going to be very big into his offense.
Oh, really?
He sees Rojo having an explosion this season.
Oh, so then I'm gonna leave that take right there. Then I'm gonna leave it because I love Rojo.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do that. Rojo and DeAndre Swift, I'm riding with that because just out of the love of Rojo. But shout out Dewan with the take. You made some great points out there. I also just want to point out of the team that you said that people think that we won't beat, but I think would be a great a bookmark win for the Chicago Bears for the season. It's got to be the champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. We play them on the November 28th. Ain't nobody gonna think we can
That's
beat them.
fair.
Let's take them out.
That's fair. That's fair. The one for me is Washington, and that's just out of petty
Oh,
reasons.
that's perfect.
That's just out of petty reasons, bro. Coming out of a bye week
Yeah.
too. That's our first game out of a bye week.
Yes.
No, let's go ahead and set that tone. There's going to be a lot of people that say the Bears don't have a chance in that game. There's going to be a lot of people that bring up last year against Washington. Nah, fuck all that. The Commanders, I need that victory. I need.
Hey, you're right. I need that get back. We need that run back. Come on, let's go. We need that.
Yeah, let me get that up off you. So that's the one that I will pick in that case. All right, let's get into this last one, man. This one's from the 773. They didn't leave their name, though.
Yo, Hayes, what it do, man? I just got done listening to your video about the Roschon thing, and something that I thought about. I mean, we always knew from when we drafted Roschon about the talent that was going to be there, and like you say, he's managed to get himself snaps during the game and everything. But I don't know if a lot of people remember when he came out. I think he plays. I want to say he played some quarterback in high school, and I think he might have played a couple snaps in college also at the quarterback position. And something that they were talking about when he first got drafted was don't be surprised if you see some trick plays with him, throwing the ball or whatever. So when I watched the video, that I thought about it. I was like, damn, and we all know Ben Johnson likes his trick plays and those big plays. So something to watch out for, something that I was thinking about. Another thing, man, I was thinking about, hey, if y'all ever thought about doing like a tailgate or doing like, I don't know, some bar link up to watch a game, home game or something, during the season or whatever, I'd definitely pull up, man. I don't think y'all ever done it before, but something I was just thinking about, man. Like I said, I'd definitely pull up. So, but yeah, man, bear down, shit.
Well, it's funny that you should say that,
bro.
Because Saturday, December 20th, against Green Bay in Chicago, Chicago Bears Central will be hosting a live event. We're still working out the details, but we wanted to get the date locked in early so that everybody can prepare over the season. But go ahead and mark your calendars. Saturday, December 20th in Chicago. We'll be hosting a live event this year, so make sure y'all gear up and get ready for that one.
Let's go.
So, y'all gonna get to see C-Dub live. He can't hold his alcohol. He's definitely getting Kev drunk as well.
I can hold my alcohol. I just act crazy.
No, you can't hold your alcohol. You can't. Bobby though, bro. Drunk Bobby is hilarious, bro. Bro, there's nobody funnier than Drunk Bobby, bro. I'm telling y'all that right, bro. Drunk Bobby is hilarious, bro.
We gonna have a ball, man. I can't wait to see y'all, man.
Definitely. But what do you think about his thoughts about Rojo? I know that kind of fed into the last voicemail. Like, and I think that's why Ben Johnson is excited. Like, I think when you look at the way that Ben Johnson likes to get very creative with his offense, Rojo is right up there with players. Now, he has to stay healthy. He has to prove it. I'm not saying that we can just crown him right now, but like theoretically, because of the different ways that you can use him in pass and run blocking in the run game, he's not too elusive like out on the outside, but he does bring that bruising style. I think that Rojo could play a pretty nice role here in Ben Johnson's offense.
And I'm glad this subject came up about Rojo. That's one of my favorite players on this team, the Chicago Bears. And I just like to put it like this. I hate to waste football players. Like, see, what the fuck is you talking about? They all football players. Y'all know football players that eat, sleep, and shit football. I think that is Rojo. I think that is Mike Singletary. I think that is LT, Lawrence Taylor. I ain't saying they got the same type of talents. I just think the love of the game of football, and it shows when they on the field. Rojo is that guy. I do want to add that you can see the progression of his game throughout the year, even though he didn't have a particular okay season last year. Guess what he didn't do? Be reckless out there on the field. He didn't have those crashing into defenders. He was very careful. Now he needs to come out and perform this year coming up. Ben Johnson say he's going to be heavy acclimated into the offense this season. I think that's great for Rojo to show who he's made of and show the NFL in the city of Chicago what type of guy he is. I love this for this kid, bro. I love it.
Yeah, I think this is major for him, man. I think he has a lot that he can show, and let's give him an opportunity to show it. And it's up to him to make the most out of those opportunities. But it does seem like Ben Johnson's excited to have him here, and we'll see. Because I tell y'all what, both Deion Hankins, Kyle Monangai, hell, even throw in Ian Willer. There's a lot of exciting young running backs on this team. So
hungry.
Y'all, Swift and Rojo gonna have to bring it this
year.
They do
both. I'm glad that you said both of them, nephew, Drip, because DeAndre Swift already got traded by Ben Johnson's crew, so he know he got to be on his P's and Q's. So everybody else better be on theirs and look up for opportunity. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, C-Dub, anything left before we get up out of here, brother?
It's getting closer and closer. I can't wait to see you guys in December, on December 20th, I think we said. And, man, let's just make it happen. We're on our road to 20K, by the way. Y'all hit that subscribe button if you ain't hit it already with your freeloading ass.
Absolutely. We're on the road to 20K subscribers. We passed 19K. We're going to celebrate it more when Bobby's on. We can celebrate it as a crew. I don't know if he'll be back Sunday or not, but road to 20K starts. Let's get there, man. But hey, listen, it's been a long 3 years. We ain't had a lot of wins to talk about. Bro, it's crazy. But we appreciate you guys, man. Make sure you're following us at Chi Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, chicagobearcentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears lady. We'll see y'all in the next one. Chi-Town up, bear down. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.